Janice.
Ooh, you can't hear me. Okay, still can't hear me?
And you can hear it? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had my microphone plugged in the wrong plug. So, welcome, you guys. Welcome. Thank you, Kelly. Hi, Kelly, my dear friend. Jennifer, Kelsey, we got Kimberly coming in. I got to keep an eye on the gateway here to let people in. So, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Abundant Joy. This is going to be an amazing, amazing frequency calibration for all of us. I have been working on this for the last couple weeks intentionally. I said I'm going to do an intentional joy experiment, and holy moly. It is just evidence of frequency once again. So, welcome, you guys. My name is Janice. We've got new people here. I am the founder of Soulfully Aligned Women, and I am an artist. I am a writer, a mystic, creative mystic, and women's empowerment business coach. So, life coach, doesn't matter. I don't know. I hate those words. We gather here at Soulfully Aligned Women to raise our frequency, to be conscious creators, to create life as the artist of your own life. And I'm so happy that you're joining me today. We had lots of people join and sign up for this, and lots of them were like, I can't be there. That's all good. Let me just make sure we don't have anybody on the outskirts that is saying, I can't find the link. Um, I got one in your email. Okay. Um, so I've been doing Soulfully Aligned Women for this is since 2018. So in 2017, I decided I was a full-time teacher, and I decided that there's got to be more to life than this. More to life than I love teaching. I loved my students. I taught grade 7 for 20 years, grade 7 and grade 8. And but I was coming home exhausted and pretty burned out. And I didn't have time for my art. I had this dream to write, to create, and I had a book that I knew was there and it was going to come through, but I had no time. I was exhausted. I was spending my weekends catching up on chores and energy and sleep and all of that. We know that. I had 3 kids that were teenagers at the time. Well, and I decided that I was going to follow my heart, become more soul led. So I went part time in my teaching because I was afraid to take that leap of letting go of that income. I went part time and I worked on my art. And as I was standing in my kitchen one day doing dishes, staring out the window, it was November, it was snowing, and I was like, who am I to write a book? You know, I don't even know anyone that's written a book. I don't know how to write a book. And all these doubts were coming up. And then all of a sudden, I stopped and I went, wait a minute. I teach English. If I can teach language arts in English, then I could probably darn well figure out how to write a book. I know how to write stories, so let me just give this a shot. And I'll just, all I got to do is start writing and I'll figure the rest out as I go. I'm a pretty smart woman. I can do this. And as soon as I opened that flow, that like, hey, maybe I can do this, and had more confidence in myself, in that moment, whoosh, all the book came through. And I threw the dish towel down. I ran and got my journal. I sat at my kitchen counter on my at my island and started writing. And I wrote all day. And I laid out all the chapters. I had the outline. I wrote the first three chapters and the introduction. By 5 o'clock that night, when John came in, my husband, I looked up and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock already. So, so that began the journey of soulfully aligned women. That was the evidence that said, if you decide, everything will flow. And has it been easy peasy? No, not as not at all. It's been up and down as the journey goes. And um, I continued working part-time. And after I finished and published the book the next year, took me a year. But once I got my book published, which is called The Creation Guild, people started asking me about techniques I used in there. So the Creation Guild is a book, it's like a guidebook for conscious creation. And so there's a few things in there that I was doing that I mentioned and people started asking me about it. And that brought the uh, birth of soulfully aligned women. And so from there, I have grown, I have created, I'm in the process of writing my second book, which took almost 10 years to get here, but I was waiting for it, and now is the perfect time. So I'm very excited. And through these years, there's been so much growth and understanding of the nuances of conscious creation or manifesting, if you want to call it that. Um, and so I will be sharing that in my book, but some of the most pivotal moments. Hi, sweetie. We still have my grandson here today. He's here because he's got a cold and an earache. Good job. Oh, that's okay. You keep using that book. You keep going. Okay, sorry guys. Um, anyways, so the most pivotal points that have taken me giant leaps forward in the last, well, since last August was working on inner coherence, meaning that my soul, my heart, my mind, and the missing piece for me was my body are all in alignment. That nervous system regulation, if you are not relaxed and open enough to receive your dream, it will not show up. And for so many years, I was like, what am I doing wrong? What's going on? I'm doing all this purposeful manifesting. I'm doing it all. I'm following it all. I'm in my soul. I'm in alignment. I'm listening to the guidance. I'm really leaning into being inspired and led through soul, but why isn't it landing? Why are some things coming intermittently? Why can I not just feel it coming? Why isn't it here? Right. And as soon as we get into that whole conversation in our head, it messes everything up. You get all entangled in that. But what I did find out last August, I started having this stomach clenching that has always happened to me since I was a young girl, where I'd be almost asleep at night and my stomach would spasm, just an automatic clenching, and it would wake me up. And it was almost like that clenching, like right before you throw up. However, I wasn't throwing up, I wasn't sick. It was just this my body reacting as I started to relax, it clenched. Now, for the first time in my life, last summer was when I stopped and went, what is that about? And I was like, I teach people that your body is a communication tool. Why am I not listening to that particular message? And boom, that's when it all started coming together. When I stopped and I listened and I started to do the inner coherence work and open things up. Now, the next step came just a couple weeks ago when I realized, okay, I'm relaxed. I'm in my soul. I'm following the inspiration, the guidance. I meditate regularly. I'm doing all the things. What's missing? I'm open to receive what's missing. And one day I just kind of went, I feel like I've lost that spark for life. I was still in that doubting stage. Well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I just don't have it in me. And, maybe the universe is just giving me another sign. And I started to like surrender to the universe in my meditations, started surrendering to, okay, what if soulfully aligned women is just the next best step and there's more beyond this? What if I just let it all go? And as I let it all go, a lightness came in, an openness. Hi, Delmaine. And I started thinking, hey, what if I could access this, frequency of joy and bring that into my life? So I consciously started to work on, what does joy feel like? What exactly is it? Now, other manifestation teachers have said, what you've got to do is vision yourself already there and all the excitement that you're going to have when you're there, when everything is perfect. And for me, I was like, well, I'm not quite sure what there is going to look like. I mean, I do have a few things that get me excited, but I was struggling with that. And so I backed it up and went, well, what if I just access that frequency of joy, period? And oh my gosh, you guys, there's another huge layer unleashed, uncovered. The frequency of joy is like the next octave in our work. It's not just alignment, it's not just coherence, but it becomes radiance. And when you are radiating, you are magnetic. And so I started to feel into that. Thank you, darling. Let's go deeper into this. Let's get this going because what I noticed happening was not just within my life, within my own feeling of, accessing a joy and a love in my life again, but I saw it ripple out around me and the universe is delivering. And I want you to feel that too. So, first of all, let's talk about what the frequency of joy actually is. It's not excitement. Okay. It's not that high vibe hype that people seem to think it is. However, when you're in the frequency of joy, you kind of just go there because that's where how you do feel. But it's not constant happiness because I can be in the frequency of joy and in the middle of the afternoon go, oh, I am tired. I don't want to talk to anybody right now. And that's okay. I still can feel that lightness in me. So it's not spiritual bypassing, it's heightened awareness. It's what I love to say, it's spacious aliveness. It's falling back into love with your life, with what you do, with what you're creating. It's a state absolutely where your nervous system feels safe, which is why it came after the inner coherence work, after the nervous system regulation. All of a sudden, this came through, and oh, yeah, now it's ready, right? Your heart feels super open, and your body, it feels energized. I'm finding it hard to go to sleep at night. And I'm excited to get up in the morning. But your mind isn't gripping onto things. It's just excited for life in general. So you could see it as a non-resistant state of creation. And all the resistance is kind of let go. You're in the flow, and inspiration, we know inspiration comes in with excitement. We know, and you've probably experienced this too, that when an opportunity comes up for you, and you go, oh my gosh, that's exciting. I want to do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that. All of a sudden, you start raising your frequency. I had that experience like when I went to Spain in November, when I was invited to co-facilitate an art retreat in Spain. It came through, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Oh, all excited. And then came the, how are you going to do this? How are you going to actually pay for this to go? And how are you going to do this? So, like all of that comes in too, but you've got that fluttering excitement first, and then the universe starts delivering because you're in that excitement. You've decided, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go. I'm going to go on this trip. I'm going to go to this retreat. I'm going to make it happen. And I'm so excited about it. And then everything starts lining up for you. But how do we access that state of joy, that frequency, the higher frequencies, without the carrot in front of our nose? There's the real trick, because when you start living from that frequency, more and more opportunities start coming in. So joy is like coherence plus an elevated lightness. Um, and it's like hope. Okay. It's very much like hope. When you feel that hope come back into your life, like when people first fall in love, right? They first meet that person and there's this hope. It's like, oh my gosh, and things start working out for them. You're accessing those higher frequencies. But joy is an even higher frequency because hope on the scale of consciousness is like around 310, whereas joy is 540. And hope, hope is inspiration. Joy feels like a completion. It feels complete. So, do I stay in joy all the time? I don't think so. I think I'm up and down, but I'm definitely higher than what I was a month ago. Absolutely. I have a little one here. There he is. Popping in and out. Okay, so you can be soul aligned in your heart, following your heart's desires, but you can still be carrying a subtle heaviness there, a sense of responsibility, a little bit of like a seriousness to life. Like I'm holding the field, right? Being the guide. Um, and joy kind of dissolves in that density because it can feel like, "Ugh, I got to do this. Oh, no, 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 I get to do this, but I got to do this, right? Whereas joy is a little bit different in frequency. Um, and you can, when you're in that joy of or that frequency of joy, you get to trust life enough to enjoy while it's unfolding without any guarantees, without, worrying about what's going. I mean, oh my gosh, you guys, if we can access this frequency now with what's going on in the world right now, we're stable. We got this. It's 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 compassion without collapsing. It's being stable without being pulled into fear. And what happens when you live in joy is your nervous system is regulated, right? So you've moved from regulated to radiant. There's less bracing, there's more expansion, and your breath deepens without you even putting any effort in. And actually, on a side note, I've been doing breath work for the last 2 weeks because I was some of the women in my groups know this, that I started to get intrigued with that breath work along with the nervous system regulation. Luke's going to keep popping in. Can you see yourself? Come on over come over here more. There he is. So I have been doing some breath work. Can you say hi?
Hi.
So, um, And maybe that's contributing too. So keep that in the in your back pocket. But you stop trying to hold alignment and instead just recalibrate into this frequency. Um, and everything has become more playful. And one of the things I've been doing is saying, how can I make this more fun? How can I be more playful? Because I do tend to get pretty serious about things, pretty intense at times. So for me, this lightening up frequency is really absolutely helping. And you become energetically lighter to be around. People want to be around you. Light energy. Sorry, gotta look at those. Get that chat up so I can see it. Mm, there we go. True joy when little people pop in. Yeah. Light energy, they are. Absolutely. Kids get it. And it's because we were all born in joy. We were all born. This is our natural state. Because when you look out there at the life force energy in all around us, in nature, I always go back to nature. What are the qualities of life force energy? It's abundant, it's beautiful, it's grace, it's love, it's expansion, it's collaboration, it's joy, like all of those. That's who we were when we were born. And then life threw this blanket over our light, and we started to hide under the blanket because it felt safer. And what we're going to do is we're pulling it off. Because when you are in your state of joy, when you're in the lightness of being, you're brighter and your own unique art comes through. Your unique gifts shines and radiates for you. So joy is very, very attractive. And not because it chases, but because it doesn't need to. It just expands like light, expanding out. So here's some blocks to joy that we may be experiencing, especially if you are a leader, if you are leading in a community. And I know lots of you are here. Sometimes um, joy can feel too frivolous. You're not being serious enough. It can feel selfish. It can feel too light or like you're spiritually bypassing. How many times have you walked into a room all like feeling good and then you say hi and all of a sudden the energy in the room is not meeting you there and you sound too loud, too much, like settle down, calm down, right? Yeah. And the problem is we do. We do. Instead of being the tuning fork, walking into the room and radiating that out to everyone else around us, we become the sponge and go, okay, I will shrink down to where you are. And we want to be the tuning fork, especially right now. Each and every one of us in our business, we need to radiate this energy out. This is this is what the world needs because the frequency of joy, if you read Power versus Force, is healing. Joy heals. And people at that level can change. You can change everyone in the supermarket when you walk in. Like if you are radiating and you are strong at that level. Sometimes it feels like, oh, if all I need to do is be in joy, it's gonna kind of reduce my depth. People aren't going to take me seriously enough, or that it will make me less powerful when actually it's the opposite. So the truth is, joy is advanced nervous system mastery. It is the next octave, like I said, of nervous system regulation. You're no longer entangled with the struggles. You're no longer addicted to processing and healing. Healing is done. You're done the healing. Now all you need to do is be in the frequency. Be. And it's so easy to shift into it. And I'm going to shift you guys into it in a minute here. But Yeah. We are really, a lot of us are really stuck in that I've got to heal more. I've got more to fix. There's something wrong with me. I still haven't figured this out. I mean, I get it. I was doing the same thing. And what the realization is, oh my gosh, it was so easy just to shift to joy and everything shoop, synced up. So there's just a quiet identity shift that's happening here. So, from working on your inner coherence and your stability and cleaning house, cleaning up into becoming a radiant creator, into loving who you are, loving your life, and loving what you're giving to the world instead of being in comparison and doubt in yourself. And you're going to move from a woman who holds depth as a soulfully aligned woman into a woman who embodies delight and excitement for life. So it's refinement. And really, truly, what's happened is I went from doubt and questioning around soulfully aligned women and how do I, this is like becoming so hard. I've been working on this for like 9 years and we're still not where I want it to be, into I love what I'm doing again. Like this, like a revival of loving and a new commitment. And I know for anyone that's coming in with me in Money March with Shoshana Raven, who I love, Nancy's signed up. So we are working on, refining our online sales. And Shoshana's energy is totally radiant. She's totally up there. So it helps to have that energy in the room, right? And it's just having us fall in love with what we're doing and recommit to our business, recommit to our life. So instead of just expecting it to get easier, because business doesn't get easier. It was one thing she said. There was a guy that said to her, I wish I could just have a business, get it set up and like one and done and just receive from it. And I think that's definitely uh, a message that has been coming out of social media to people. Oh, it was so easy. Oh, I only work part-time. Oh, and business isn't like that. So you better darn well be in love with what you're doing because if you're not going to continue. Um, so fine tuning into joy, into that frequency calibration. Now, the practice, it's not somewhere to get to, it's something you tune into. So, we're going to do a meditation here. And it's just an experience for you to see if you can feel into this frequency of joy. And I'm going to turn on some background music for us. So just give me 1 second to do that. Hmm, weird. I can't hear that, but I bet you guys can. Hold on. I lost you. Okay. Can you hear the sound? Thumbs up. It's too loud. Did I read someone's lips? Nancy. It's too loud? Okay. Yeah. I can't believe you guys can hear me. I've got my thing plugged into the wrong plug, but you can hear me, so that's good. Let me just turn that down. All right. Better. Better. Okay. Not, is it still too loud? Okay. Perfect. Just remind me it's playing in the background if I forget after. All right. Get yourself comfortable. Settle in. Make sure your back is straight. Plus, you're warm enough because it's Steve Delmain getting her blanket all cozy. It is cold here. It's one of those frosty, foggy, cold days. All right, closing your eyes, taking in some nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Breathing in through your nose and letting go. Big sigh. Again, a deep breath in, all the way down to your belly, and letting go. Big sigh. At your own pace, take 2 more long, slow breaths in, cleansing and clearing, relaxing in your body as you do, letting go. Signaling to your body that you're moving inwards. And then, once you have taken those 4 breaths, come back to your normal breathing pattern. And just settle in, bringing your awareness into your heart space. Feeling into that place of softness, stillness, peace. And you imagine a light growing there, a soft light, perhaps a rose gold light. And as you bring more and more of your awareness into your heart space, feel into the softening. Feel into the expanding love and gratitude, and allow yourself to expand that by thinking of what you are most grateful for, not just what you're grateful for, but you're most grateful for. And feel how that expands in your heart even more. I'm so grateful for this warm home on a cold day. I always say it's like when your utilities have been cut off or the power's cut off in a storm, and it's off for hours and you're feeling cold or your hot water's gone, and then you finally get it back. And you're just so, oh, thank you. Thank you. And let that expand, you know. You bring the feeling of holding a baby against your chest, holding a pet or a loved one, hugging you. So grateful. Just let that expand. And notice how there is lightness there. There is like a radiance that expands without effort. Let it spread through your body. Become aware of your body. Where is more lightness? Is there this warmth in your chest, a softness on your face, a pleasant stillness somewhere? As you're relaxed in your space. And let that light go from your heart straight down through your body, down into Mother Earth. Be a channel of light shining from your heart, going all the way down into the heart of the earth. See her there welcoming you. She is so happy to see you. She loves you. You are her child, and she loves when you bring your attention to her. Let her love come back up into your heart. Breathe it in. Breathe all that love and support and nurturance up into your heart and let it spread through your body. Breathe it into your bones, into your blood, up your spine. And now from your heart, bring your awareness back to your heart and see that beautiful channel of light that goes up into the heart of the universe, into the highest source of all that is. A beautiful light, a pool of energy, whatever you see is perfect. Your own unique interpretation of source. But allow that light to connect even deeper with you, for the channel to widen, for the beautiful waterfall of light to flow down into your heart. Let it go through your heart all the way down to the heart of Mother Earth. And see yourself standing in this channel of light, connected above and below. Receiving, flowing, no resistance, all is there. And I want you to place a hand on your heart and on your belly and just feel yourself regulate to this flow. Feel that you are safe and feel that you are supported, that you are never alone. This is your place of power. This is where you receive everything. And this is where we tune our frequency up into a higher octave, the next level, the next notch. And I want you to just, in your mind, or say it out loud, universe, I want to feel the frequency of joy. My desire is to feel the frequency of joy. Show me, lead me, guide me, and just be right now. Just allow this message to go out to your higher self, your higher wisdom, however you see it, your guides, your angels, teachers and healers of the highest truth and compassion. I want to feel the frequency of joy. I want to experience what it feels like. Because we know once we receive that feeling, once we step into it, we then know how to go back. There's no pushing, no pressure. It's lightness. It's like the lightness of giggling. It feels like a high heart fluttering. It's not in the low physical heart. It moves higher, energetically higher. Notice your seat beneath you, your hands on your heart and your stomach, and allow the lightness to move through. Nothing is required of you right now. Imagine what it would feel like to be in this highest frequency. Let's imagine it feels like a weight lifted off of you, like the sun coming out after a rainstorm, a spring day, like somebody taking over all the hard work and you get to just be. So allow yourself to amplify this feeling of lightness, even just 5%. Yes, more, please. More of this, please. Joy grows through amplification, not force. And at any moment, at any time, you can choose to step into joy. Intend to make your own experience. That you're going to tap into this, elevate to this frequency of joy for the next week, every day. Every day, you're going to sit down. You're going to breathe into your space of empowerment, connected to the earth, connected to source. And you are going to intend to be in the frequency of joy. Hold it lightly, without expectation, and see what happens for you. Breathe in deeply. We're going to start to come back. Take a few deep breaths, bringing yourself back slowly into the room. Stretch. And when you're ready, come on back and open your eyes. Being in the frequency of joy was simply an intention. I held it lightly, like I've always done. Thank you, Kelly. I've always said, I want to know what this frequency feels like. I did it with abundance many years ago. I don't know what abundance feels like. Universe, I want to feel abundance. I want to feel that frequency of abundance. And within 3 days, boom, I felt it. I knew exactly what it felt like in my body. And the same thing with joy. Joy moved in much quicker for me. But I set my intention and my prayers to, I intend to be in the frequency of joy today. Universe, thank you for helping me get there. And I did that every morning. And also, you can reach joy in little micro moments, micro pleasures, right? Holding that warm cup of hot drink that you love, or the cold one, cold, refreshing water. I always think everyone's in the cold where we are. um, your pet beside you, you know, sitting there quietly in a moment, watching the sunrise or set, or looking at that full moon, breathing in the air around you, whether it's the ocean air or the mountain air, being in nature, the way sunlight hits during the day now, the light is changing, noticing that, being in that beautiful frequency of gratitude as you move up into joy. I mean, I immediately saw a sculptured white and gold ceiling with a giant candelabra. It was beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, you may see things, you may get visuals, you may not. And it may take a day or two, and then all of a sudden, if you hold that intention, you will feel it. And then once you feel it, that's the beauty of it. Once you feel it, it's like, I know what it feels like. I'm going back there. And like I said, it's not spiritual bypassing because your awareness is heightened in that state of joy. I am more aware of when I slip out of joy, when I have negative thoughts now than ever. I feel it instantly. So when you feel that, and I talked about that the last 2 days about, that feeling of comparison that snuck in for me in Soulfully Aligned Women. I talked about that feeling of comparison came in an instant in an evening. Of course, when I was tired, I was doing a workout and I was tired, and all of a sudden it snuck in there, but I was instantly aware. And I went, huh, because what happened instantly was, oh, I started comparing myself to someone else, and then my energy started collapsing and contracting, and then I started having doubts in what I was doing. But the beauty, the gold in that was an awakening to, oh my gosh, I'm a baby in this soul work. I'm a baby. Like there's so much we don't know yet. And then I was able to go, but oh, there's so much we're going to learn. This is exciting. So you flip it around. But anyways, you will be more aware. You will be able to look at what's going on in the world and not get pulled into it because it doesn't serve. You know this. You all already know this. It doesn't serve for us to be in the fear. This is a time when we need to be visioning hard. We need to be visioning that world where everybody steps into higher frequencies and starts to clean themselves up, move into that nervous system regulation. That is going to be huge this year for a lot of people, nervous system work, because there is so much fear and people are going to get so tired of that and drained and sick. And how do I get out of it? So all of you can help with that. So what we want to do is notice when we step into that joy and hold it as long as you can, and just gratitude. And yes, more, please. I want more of this. Um, and drop that identity of I'm working on myself. Um, Joy tends to move in when we no longer think that we are, you know, we have to work on ourselves as a primary focus. No, we don't. We're perfect exactly as we are. Perfect. It's a releasing and letting go of all that heaviness and just coming back into our natural state. You're not a project. You're a field of life. And so some days, don't do the work so hard. Don't process. Just be. Just, you know, radiate. Fall in love with you again. Fall in love with your life again. That will happen. You'll be so excited about what you're creating. And if your life isn't something to be in love with, get excited about because now you're changing it. You're wiping the canvas clean and going to start fresh again. You're letting go of that and you're going to start to add more beauty in. And playfulness at this level, more playfulness, dancing in your kitchen, in your art studio, in your yard, right? Laughter. Gosh, you know, create something ridiculous. Wacky hair day. I have some of those naturally. Wear something that's unexpected. And Shoshana's really great at that. Oh my gosh. She puts on these rock star outfits, gets online, and she just like her vibe is so contagious. Just have fun, make it light, and keep asking yourself, how can I make this easy? How can I make this fun? Be silly with your partner, with your sister, with your girlfriend. Um, and I had written down here, I talk to Ellie like she's my spiritual advisor. Ellie is my dog. So talk to your pet like they're your spiritual advisor. Talk out loud, right? Because play unfreezes the energy. It gets it moving. And joy loves movement. It's flow, it's freedom, it's spacious aliveness. So put your arms out and start moving and go, I'm alive. I'm going to let this joy in. I'm going to just be in joy. And of course, gratitude there. That's huge. So, um, just checking my notes here to see if there was anything else. Or I do have more. The deeper truth about joy. Joy is trust embodied. It says, life is not against me, and I don't have to brace anymore. I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to earn anything. I get to just be in this state, this frequency, this elevation. And this is why this frequency comes after nervous system regulation. Oh, I'm getting gifts here. Beautiful artwork. Thank you. He's my little artist. So I'm almost done. Um, so that nervous system regulation is huge first. So I ran two programs earlier this year. One began with the art of inner coherence, and it was 5 sessions, 5 1-hour sessions, but they were powerful, powerful lessons for us to take in. And I know some of you have already taken this. So this is like the foundation, these 5 sessions. And so what I did for this, of course, I'm going to share more with you. The Art of Inner Coherence 5 sessions are recorded. I had to, of course, as we did the teachings, each one, we had these amazing conversations, but I had to pull the conversations out because they were private in the live group. But the teachings themselves are there. So if you're okay with, like, yes, I want to listen to the teachings, I want to feel this inner coherence in my body, get myself into pure alignment with my heart, my soul, my mind, and my body so that I'm open to receive. And things started changing for me when I did the inner coherence work. That was the first step. That was when the offer to go to Spain came through. That was when my $10,000 art commission came through. Like stuff started moving around me unexpectedly. So those 5 sessions are recorded and in my app as a program, so you can listen to it on the phone in the app. And I lowered the price on them because you don't get the live part, but you get the booklet, you get all the meditations, you get the 5 recorded lessons in there, teachings, I guess we want to transmissions, whatever we want to call them, and it's $222. So the app is free. Soulfully Aligned Women is free on your phone, Androids and the other one, can't remember. But just download the app. There's a free membership part in there. And then when you do, if you sign up for the Art of Inner Coherence, I will give you access to it on that app. So you can listen to it anywhere. And we ran it twice. So I got to pick and choose. And I will actually put the link in here. I have it here somewhere. So the Art of Inner Coherence. Whoops. This is the sales page I'm putting in, so you can just take a look at it. And There we go. If you haven't done that. And then we decided that wasn't enough. So some of us carried on with living the art of inner coherence. So living the art of inner coherence was 6 weeks, and we were doing creative flow in there. We were painting every week. I was walking you through an intuitive painting. Every week was another lesson that came through because the deeper I went into this, the more came through. And that one was incredibly powerful. But now I'm going to do it again live, living the art of inner coherence elevated, because we are weaving in now this frequency of joy. And so the lessons will be tweaked and expanded. It's going to be fabulous. So if you want to really dive in and keep going, then living the art of inner coherence elevated is for you. And I know some of you have done that, and you're welcome to come back in, and I will give you a huge discount code for that if you so choose to do that. So I'm going to put that link in here. And whoops. So this one is the elevated version. I cannot get enough of this. It has been incredible. So what I'm going to do now is share with you everything that happened to me after doing all this work. Let me get my glasses because I have a huge list here of what happened, because my results were my visible embodiment of this frequency of joy with my nervous system regulated. So, first of all, I felt really good. Like the extra, boost I got was, oh, that's cool in there. They put the whole description in there. That's new. Zoom is improving. Sorry, a little distracted. Okay, so what happened was I got excited about life again. I felt really good. Nothing had changed on the outside, but I changed inside. I felt the frequency within me. And I committed deeper into my business and into what I was creating. And the other thing that happened was, okay, I live here with my husband and our two dogs and my middle son, who is an adult. He lives here too with us. Now, sometimes living with two men can bring you down, right? Their conversations started to become more enlightened. They were both happier and more positive and joking around, and they're cooking meals for me. Like I'm just sitting back going, what is going on here? And then I thought, my frequency is rippling out. Yes, this is making a difference to the people around me. And then the day after I had a big result, my daughter called me with an opportunity that she received. So I was like, this is interesting. I'm seeing this not just for me, but the ones closest to me. And I am loving it. So what happened for me was, I already shared before that I got that $10,000 art commission, which has been, um, somebody wants in, which has been expanded beyond $10,000. And I just this morning, this person reached out, and instead of the next one being 3 big panels, another triptych, she said, I want it to be 5 big panels. I'm like, okay, let's go. So that keeps going. I did get that invitation to Spain, which some of you knew about. So the $10,000 commission, I got money from unexpected places coming through. People were just like, "Oh, hey, I wanna pay this off, this oh, I have a retreat in the fall or in late August." And this person's like, yeah, okay, I just want to pay it off. Okay, thank you. And then this morning, I had two more people join into that retreat, and she wants to pay in full. Okay, it's two more people. We're filling up. That's awesome. Um, I sold two paintings over the last little while. I was approached just yesterday about another art commission from someone else. Last week, 2 days after I started this joy frequency, somebody right out of left field approached to be a patron of my art. I'm like, what? It's like, she's like, how would that work? I'm like, I have no idea, but we'll figure it out. No problem. People are joining my programs. Last year was quite hard in the business. I'll say that. It was hard. Things were not abundant. I don't want to say the other word. Um, there was a real dip down. And I mean, I think for me too, energetically, that's where I dipped down. And I started to have a lot of doubts and a lot of like, "Oh, I don't know if this is going to work." Um, And now it's like revived. Everything is moving forward. My phone was on fire yesterday with people connecting with me, talking to me about various different parts of my business. So I not only sell art, but I sell these online programs. We do live stuff. Everything feels like it's been got a little fire put under it. And we're in the year of the fire horse. So what better way than to move forward? Um, let me see what else was there. Yeah, there was random programs selling that I'd never sold really much before. Just people are in looking at my stuff. So, um, yeah, money from unexpected places. So like there was just like it's hard to kind of list it out without being like exposing other people's privacy, but it's moving forward. And it feels like one more mm, layer revealed, one more layer coming off the onion. It's just like, okay, this is how we do it. Oh, this is how we do it. Okay, let's do this. So I really truly hope that this class on its own helps you access that frequency of joy and you begin to see the shifts going on in your life. I truly, truly hope that for you. So each day, step into that quiet space. Put your hand on your heart, hand on your belly, and just choose the frequency of joy for the day. I choose joy. I choose to allow life to be good. I choose to let joy lead. And for those of you that know, that started in January was when I started to um, really truly allow my soul to lead me, where I said I wasn't going to make a business plan. I don't know what I'm offering this year. And even when I got inspired to do this class, I was like, okay, well then what? Because like we got to make an income here too. And I just was like, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it go. And then yesterday it came through. We need to stay here in the inner coherence work. We're gonna keep moving this and run this one more time. So I may not run living the art of inner coherence elevated again. Probably not, because I like to change things up. I like to be in the moment. So that is what's coming. That starts on March 18th. Oh, and I forgot to mention that one. That one I had priced at 777 for the 6 weeks. Um, and I have a $222 discount code for you. It is Joy in capitals with the number two beside it. Joy 2. And it's going to start March 18th, but I think I'm going to have the coupon code good because I mean, everybody needs a reason to buy like real quickly, right? Like sales. Um, Today is the 4th, let's say until the 10th. And that gives people a little bit of time to get that in order. But there is also payment plans that you can do with that too. So just go take a look, see what feels right. I'm here. I also have one-on-one coaching programs, which is what I thought I was going to promote today, but I guess not. Um, Reach out to me if that's what you want. You guys, we are creating a movement here. Soulfully aligned women. I want all of you to get there, to feel into this and ripple out to your circle in your businesses and expand. We can do this together. And if you want to come into Money March with me, come and join us, Nancy and I. And we've got two other ladies joining us right now. We're gonna it is Shoshana's program. It's Shoshana's program. It's only $30 for 30 days of learning how to sell. Shoshana is an online women's coach, and she is, when I first came upon her a couple years ago, I looked at her and went, like, are you even 18? How old are you? Like, and I kind of brushed her off because I thought she was a little bit too high vibe and I thought, you haven't even experienced life yet. She looks so young. She was actually 33 at the time, but she looks really young. She's 35 now, but she has nailed this vibe and she's a multi-million dollar women's coach, and she is passionate about sales. That's what she teaches women. And so I did it in 2024 with her. I lurked in the background. I didn't tell anybody, but this time I'm like all in. This frequency of joy just makes you go, whatever. Let's just do this. Let's do this together. Let's do it together, and we'll create our own little brain. What did I call it? A brain gathering together. um, and cheer each other on and just be excited and support each other. And oh, thank you, Jennifer. I keep looking at you because you're smiling. I love you too. Um, in fact, I think I just saw you post something just yesterday for the first time I saw you talking online. So welcome. Let's connect. Um,
Can I mention something, Janice?
yes.
Just the fact that I've taken your first two, right? The two coherence ones. And for me as well, everything has just exploded. And I knew that was coming because I was in a time of spiritual pause in the fall and going into Christmas. I still felt that. I think it was part of my mom's passing grief, even though it wasn't a sadness. It was kind of an emptiness, I guess, or just a hollow feeling. And then come January, I'm like, okay, I'm giving it up to the universe. I love my life. I absolutely love where I live. I love what I'm doing. So whatever I'm supposed to be will just be. And then through the coherence workshops, then that just came stronger. And then things started to pop. And
Yeah.
then, so now I've got so many things coming in that it's might be hard to keep up, but I'm going to. I've gotten a job within the spiritual realm of working with some indigenous healers. So that's like, oh my God, that is if I and I'm making money at it. So there's my income coming in for that. And then I've got my business that seems to be moving more now. And then I started doing my book because I wanted to deliver that the bison that I finished for JB, and so I've delivered that. And upon doing that, I felt like, okay, she's made it very possible for me to get done what I need to get done with Mother Earth's pushing me through to get things done. And so now it's going to become very public, very quick, and I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that this is where I'm supposed to be. And like you say, that I'm still you still have that question of, well, how could I be doing this? Who am I to take on that role? And I just know that that's what I need to do. So I'm just going to enjoy it and be open to whatever comes. Um,
Mm.
my dad this morning told me he wants to leave the house and this land to me now, the whole thing. And it's like, oh my God, like I don't know what to do about that because that could cause a whole nother thing with the family. So I don't know, but it's
Well,
like, oh my God, these things are happening. And I think it literally has been only 2 months that feeling of universe, here I am, take me away. I believe whatever you need to give me is what I need to do.
yes.
And it's a wonderful feeling. And plus the fact that I've just been so happy with where I'm at.
Mm.
I'm
I
living the
love it.
moment.
Yes, I love it.
So
And
it's
like
awesome.
when you were in the when down we started the inner coherence journey in December. Now I'm thinking remembering and Dalmaine
Okay.
came into that one, the very first one. And in the middle of it, she gets her dad gives her their cabin, which she's had on her dream board, not that particular cabin, but she just has had
Something. Yeah.
on her dream mandala for a couple years of like, I want a cabin in the woods. And then her dad's like, I'm just going to give you our family cabin. Like, yes.
Yeah.
So, and you know what? That's life unfolding as it should, as it's meant to,
Yeah.
in the least resistant way. So whatever happens, happens, and you'll figure it out along the way as far as other family members, and he will. And you absolutely are the one that's supposed to speak for Mother Earth and
Yeah.
the ancestors, and you're listening. And that's what's so beautiful. So, and Dalmain's going to be featured here in March in the Soulfully Aligned Women on our site. So you'll see her face pop up. So she is a certified Soulfully Aligned creative mystic and happy to promote her and feature her in our community.
Yes,
Thank you,
and
Dalmain.
I'm not sure when that compilation book will be out, but I think like it's what did they say? On the 24th of March is when they're officially announcing it, but I don't think it's when it's done. I don't know what the how long the process takes, but I may be reaching out to a few of you to do a review for my story.
Okay, we'll do that. We
Yeah,
support each other. Beautiful community. Okay. Yes, that inner coherence work is powerful because I think a lot of us have been doing the work and saying, yes, I want a soul-led life, but bracing because we've been through a lot. We've seen things go up and down and we've been through the struggles. We've all had the underworld journeys and we there's this little fear there of like I'm going backwards, but in the inner coherence, we're able to identify that in our bodies and release it. And so that's beautiful. Thank you. All right. Thank you all for being here. The recording of this will go out here very shortly, and I am incredibly grateful for all of you and that I get to do this work too. It's just my life's passion. So have a beautiful day. Reach out if you have any questions at all, just reach out through the emails. I'm here. You are so welcome. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. Thank you.
Janice. Thank you.
Bye.